Hello, my name is Leonardo Kimura and I'm going to present you Amazon Biobank, a community-based genetic database. I'm a master's student at University of São Paulo in computing engineer. So a little about biobanks. Biobanks are DNA data storage, genetical data storage, and they are mainly used for biotechnology research. We all know that biotechnology has brought many advancement at agriculture and in industry, and they are mainly frequently presented as a way to develop the Amazon region, the remote areas of Amazon region. We have some issues with present biobanks, mainly because many species are not present in current biobanks. Because one reason is that it's really hard and expensive to get the DNA from the forest and insert it on the biobank. Usually, it involves expensive expeditions with boats and taking helicopter to get to the right place, get the right DNA and insert to the system. And it does not have incentives for people that already live there to insert the DNA on the system. So you can think about local community members that has easy access to the DNA. They don't have many reasons to put this DNA on the biobank. So we present here the Amazon Biobank, a community-based genetic database that we implement some rewards for these local members to contribute to the system uh, using our biocoins, our internal currency, so that we encourage the participation of local communities, environmental activities, and actually anybody with a computer. That way we expect to catalog DNAs not present in other biobanks, and in addition we'll bring you a low-cost and scalable network system, and with blockchain properties we enable traceability and auditability that is very useful for intellectual protection of DNAs. So about the blockchain in our project, the blockchain usually is very suitable to transact digital assets like Bitcoin, Bitcoin, XRP, NFT, and other digital assets. If you think well, DNA is also a digital asset. It's a TXT file with basis ACTG on its inside, and you can easily hash, tokenize, and transact, sell, buy this DNA on the system, on the blockchain system. We have one problem because DNA is very large. Typically, a DNA can reach to 100 gigabytes or more, and the blockchain is not very suitable to store very large amount of data. So we integrate our solution with P2P file sharing or BitTorrent. So we use BitTorrent to store the DNA. We create a .torrent file and we store only the .torrent file on the blockchain. So that way we combine the blockchain traceability and auditability properties and bring the P2P easy cost for storage and easy scalability in our system. We used Hyperledger Fabric to build our network, and it is a permissioned blockchain because we need the identification of players. Uh, we have many players in our system. We have the collectors that insert the DNA on our system and receive biocoins as reward. We have the distributors that stores and distributes the DNA data using BitTorrent protocol. We have the processors that process the raw DNA to transform to a processed DNA. That way the DNA can be more useful. And we have the buyers who buys the DNA and bring using biocoins and uses it to build biotechnological products like medicine and cosmetics. The blockchain, the system, is maintained by the Federation, composed by universities, governmental organizations, and NGOs. A prototype. We built a prototype using Hyperledger Fabric, and we built a test network using two organizations, Organization 1, Organization 2, each of it with its peer smart contract and ledgers, and each organization represents um, university or another organization like this. To interact with this blockchain tech network, we built a web client using Node and Express.js. So we can insert the DNA, create the DNA, update, buy it, all using this web client. And we also integrate with Hyperledger Explorer so that we can see the transactions, see which DNA was inserted and who bought which DNA. So let's see our demo. So here we are in our Biobank system. We can see the running containers, running node in our Docker container, the peer of organization 2, the peer on the organization 1, the order, and many others important components. And we can see in our Hyperledger Explorer those two nodes running chain codes, peer names, and our blocks that was inserted in our system until now. See, that is in number 19. So I will demonstrate now how to insert an DNA. Say that you want to insert a DNA of Brazil nuts, and you have the magnetic link of the Brazil nuts of the DNA. You can may have it from the KBTorrent file application, get the magnetic link, and with this magnetic link, anyone can upload and download the interested DNA of interested. Here we are making a buying operation, and here we are. We can see that the DNA was successfully inserted in our system. How can we be sure? We can see in our Hyperledger Explorer, we see that the block number 20 was inserted 19 seconds ago. We can see more details about its transaction here, clicking in the details of parameters used in our transaction. Here we are, we can see the Brazil nuts DNA was successfully inserted in our system. If we want to buy a DNA, we can back to our system, this data, look for a DNA of interest. In this case, we will buy a coronavirus DNA, see the smart contract correspondent, see the price, and click on buying this DNA. Clicking on the buying, it will again make a transaction. All peers will verify if this buy transaction is correct, if it has all the balance, all the necessary Biocoins in its account, for example. And here we can see that the operation was successfully. The origin address of 1 Biocoins and the receiver address of 1 Biocoins again. And we can see here on the dashboard that another block was inserted, block number 22, 17 seconds ago. About the status of our project, we are continuing to develop our proof of concept. We are expect to deploy an alpha version by the end of this year or in the start of the next, and we intend to make some partnership with research institutions, NGOs, industry, and universities. We were supported by Ripple Impact University Blockchain Research Initiative and by CNPq, Conselho Nacional de Desenvolvimento Científico e Tecnológico. Thank you.